Jamie Madison with 518 Realty and site coordinator for Bordeaux Builders. Today I'm here with Joe Bordeaux, Vice President of Bordeaux Builders, and we're live on location at Homecrest Kitchens in Glenville. Joe, what can you tell us about Homecrest Kitchens and the product that they offer?
Homecrest Kitchen is a custom line cabinet that we've been using over the last 32 years. We've been using their cabinets. They're a high quality cabinet. We also use them. They're very, very easy to work with. They have a beautiful showroom. They're another family run business in the Capital District.
That's great. Joe, we're here today and to talk about understanding the home building process. I think especially these days with the lack of inventory in the marketplace, it does open the door for new construction. And I believe there can be a misconception on the process and how long it takes to go through and actually, select a home, build a home, find the right lot, find the right subdivision, the schools, everything comes into play. So I want to shed some light in on that and talk about that today. I think, being involved with Bordeaux Builders, I found that you guys are absolutely easy to work with. You're involved throughout the process. Maybe you can kind of take us through how we get to that point and where we start.
So the first thing that you're going to start is the location. In real estate, we always say location, location, location. Once you find the location in the school district that you're looking for, if you have a family and schools are important to you, that's the first step. The next step is if we are located in that area, you will come in and come through one of our open houses, or you'll call us personally, and we'll set up a meeting with you to sit down with you personally and go over everything with you. The process is we look at what you're looking for in the home. We are not a cookie cutter builder. We just don't have A, B, and C home to build, and that's it. You have to pick one of the three. We're going to sit down to you. We're going to listen to how you're going to live in our home. All of our floor plans are fully modified. You can bring us a floor plan.
We were talking about that earlier about, a lot of our conversations end up on a napkin at a restaurant or something like that. And you mentioned before you've actually used that as a plan to start construction.
We built some of our biggest homes on a napkin from a restaurant, just meeting with somebody, just talking and saying, hey, I want my house to look like this. And that's how it started. We built, one of our biggest homes that way.
Now, Joe, with real estate, we were talking about, a lot of people have to start somewhere. And I first, identifying, okay, we want to go down that new construction road with Bordeaux Builders. I have a house to sell. There's no way I can afford to start that process or build a new home without selling my home first. How do we begin that? That seems like that could be a very tough item to juggle.
Yeah, so the first step is to come in and see if you like the location, and then we talk about if we need your home to sell. The great part about it is that my father started the business 35 years ago, and I went and got my real estate license. I'm one of the top salespeople in the area. I sell about $22 million a year in sales. My father's homes, 90% of them have to sell their house. And I get their home sold for them. I get you into a new home in a very streamlined process. It's a one-stop shop. And me selling your home is the best benefit, so we can get you into a new construction. So we work very, very extremely hard to sell your home.
Well, and right, you guys have a vested interest in making that transaction happen. Nobody's going to work harder to make sure that your house sale goes smoothly to transition yourself into the new home. So
that's correct.
One thing that we've looked at too is the lack of inventory in the marketplace today. There's not a whole lot of selection out there. We talked about that before, and knowing that, the transitioning and understanding, look, I can't find a house. The houses that I do want to purchase seem to be selling within a few days. I need to go down the new construction road, but if my house sells quickly, where do I go in the meantime?
That's a great answer, Jamie, or a great question, Jamie. What happens is that we have temporary living already set up for you. We have apartments all around the Capital District that we can put you in. They allow dogs. Some of them are fully furnished, and we already have those already connected for you.
So you have units available throughout the Capital Region for placement.
Yes. The other benefit too is once you enter into a contract with us, you can use that address of the home that you're building to send your kids to school. You always got to check with the school districts. Certain school districts are different. Most of the ones that we're in right now do allow you to use that district.
Which is fantastic. So we cover short-term lease options. That's an availability with Bordeaux Builders. Talk a little bit about your process, because I know in some cases you don't, in some builders, don't necessarily work with the customers throughout the process.
Yeah.
It might be a one-time meeting. And then
if you're lucky.
So I know that's something that you guys pride yourselves on, and kind of handling that throughout the transaction.
Yes, you're always going to meet with the builder and myself throughout the whole entire process. We're hands-on. You're just not going to meet with a realtor, and the realtor has a black and white copy, and that's all that it is. We're very, very flexible. We're going to listen to what your wants and needs are, and we're going to make this a reality and just not a dream for you. We understand it's the biggest investment of your life. We respect that, and we're here to make that dream come true.
Now, Joe, in new construction, there's a lot of selection. There's a lot of choices that fall on the client. Some clients are prepared for that, and some aren't interested in that.
Jamie, that's the funnest part, is picking out all the colors.
Exactly.
We have a full showroom in Saratoga. All of our suppliers, such as Homecrest Kitchen, they have full showrooms that are all hands-on. You can see all the knobs. You can see all the beautiful cabinets. They have every color imaginable. Our showroom in Saratoga, we have a cabinet door selection there, and we have the siding colors and the roof colors and the stone colors, and we have an in-house decorator that's been doing it for over 15 years that she helps you throughout the process. She's actually the one that's going to help you make your selection, so you're going to have a professional right off the bat.
Joe, you've talked to us about the construction process, and you've talked to us about it's going to take about 5 to 6 months for beginning to completion of my home. During that process, if I do have to sell my house to get into the new one, we have options for short-term leasing, which is fantastic. And you guys are there throughout the process. So it's not a shake your hand and we move on. You're going to be there through the home building process. So I don't feel like I'm left with somebody I don't know.
Yes, and you know what the really good part about our company is that when you do enter into a contract with us and you have a home to sell, what we will do for you is called a 48-hour contract. We will write a contract contingent upon you selling your house. So Jamie and myself will come in, we'll look at your home, we'll enter into a listing agreement, we will put your house on the market, and you're still locked up on one of my building lots wherever you want to build, so you know where you're going next. So that's a huge benefit. Not a lot of builders are going to take a lot off the market for you to give you time to sell your house.
And I gotta feel that there's a sense of pride, and there's a sense of, maybe a little bit of a weight lifted off that client, knowing that, the process is actually starting.
Yes, and the 48-hour is a contract that is contingent upon you selling your house. If you don't sell your house, you don't have to buy. Where the 48-hour comes into effect is that if another buyer comes into Bordeaux Builders and there's no lots left, or they only wanted that lot and they're not going to buy unless they have the lot that you picked, they would enter into a contract. It would go into all attorney approval, and then we would come to you and give you the option to say, hey, you know what? I just can't afford it without selling my house, or you know what, I hit the lottery yesterday and I can afford it and I'll sell my house when I can need to sell my house. But you would have first right of refusal, and you have 48 hours to make a decision. So that's really awesome. Not many builders will do that.
That's fantastic. Lastly, an item that's very important I wanted to talk about was understanding the financing and knowing exactly what we're going to need to come up with to build a Bordeaux Builders home, and how that process goes with you guys. So maybe you can shed the light in on what we need to be prepared for.
Yeah, so if you're doing a 48-hour contract, it's $1,000. You enter into the contract for $1,000. Once you sell your homes, then we will require the rest of the money. And if you're not entering into a 48-hour contract, we would just enter into a normal contract, and the money's as follows. We take $1,000 worth of contract, 10% of the contract price, and then $10,000 for plans. We hold the rest until closing. So all the money that you are going to give us is going to count towards your down payment with the bank, which is really good. You're not going to have to come up with 2 down payments. You're not going to have to give us a down payment and then a bank a down payment. And all the money that you did give us comes off the price of the house as well. So it's really streamlined. It's very easy. New construction is a lot easier than buying a resale. The good thing with new construction is that all the town does all your inspections. They inspect it from the day that we put a shovel in the ground to the day that we turn it over to you, and everything in between, the electrical, the sheetrock, the insulation, the footings, the framing, everything is inspected by the town, and we can't get a CO. And what a CO is a certificate of occupancy. The town is approving that home to be lived in. So that's a great avenue that we take care of all that, and the township takes care of all that for you. So that's really nice.
That's a wonderful thing to hear, especially in our industry where resale houses, you're up against mold, you're up against anything, lead-based paint, appraisal issues, things that may not necessarily be in black and white when you first enter a contract, but things that are coming up during the process. I know, speaking from past clients and customers that are going into a home, they're already moved in their mind. They've already moved their furniture in a home to know that, oh wow, we have, there's a mold issue, or it's failing the inspection for some reason. So new construction is an avenue where you don't have those things to worry about. So that's all I have for you, Joe. I think you've done an excellent job here of helping us understand the home building process, and hopefully we've been able to shed some light through social media on why people should consider new construction if they're not. So thank you, Joe, and Bordeaux Builders.
Yes, and we thank you very much for watching our show. If you do have any questions for us, you can always reach out to us at bordeauxbuilders.com. And Jamie and I, we work 24/7, so you can always get a hold of us very, very easily. Our names and our numbers will be at the end of the show. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
We'll see you next time.